obviously T. Higgins is the belle of the ball. But let's just start with Steelers, keep with the Steelers here. Who should they be looking at, do you think, that fits the bill for you to improve that room?
I mean, I think at this point in his career, I mean, Amari Cooper, man, I love him. I mean, he's just been so consistent, and he's a great human being. I mentioned DeAndre Hopkins earlier. Chicago, Keenan Allen, if he was in Pittsburgh, because he's a slot receiver now at this point in his career and totally different, he has really grown a lot, and he would understand Pickens and be able to make a contribution to his growth and development. Because I do believe that these receivers listen if they get the right voice. I do believe those receivers right there would be a good mix in Pittsburgh. Cooper Kupp, I do believe his career will be revitalized wherever he goes. I really respect him as a receiver. When he's able to stay healthy, he's very, very consistent, very, very explosive. And I believe T. Higgins are going to try to bring him back to Cincinnati. Cincinnati's trying to do things they've never done before. You know, they don't guarantee money in the second year. I mean, Joe Burrows, he's the only player. So you have to throw away that model because you can't sign Chase and you can't sign Higgins without guaranteeing money into the second year. You know, so their business model, they're going to have to tear it up for them to be functional because that division is not getting any easier. The Browns, they will get it together eventually. Pittsburgh and Baltimore, we know what they bring in every year, nothing but heat. So the Bengals, this is an opportunity for the franchise to really either hit a peak or Joe Burrow's playing with less than talent around him for the greater part of his career, and that's not what they want in Cincinnati, and I don't believe they're going to do that.
Yeah, I think they're going to, and he might restructure, but it's clear that they're all trying to make it work. I know ownership loves him. I just like that I feel like he's been under the radar. It's, the Jamar Chase show. And now he's really having his moment. He's a wonderful human being, and I love that he's having that. I want to ask you about, we were at the Super Bowl. Eagles win. A.J. Brown, obviously that insane, Javonte had the insane catch in the third. A.J. gets on the mic at the parade, and he's saying, like, you think I'm a diva. You think I want the ball, but I'm a MF champion or whatever he said. He had these interesting thoughts at an Instagram post after the Super Bowl. Here's what he said: I tried to feel how everyone made it seem to be a champion, and unfortunately, it was short-lived. 2 days to be exact. I thought my hard work would be justified by winning it all. It wasn't. It's the hunt that does it for me. How do you feel about that?
He's right. Walter Payton said the same thing in New Orleans when he finally won the Super Bowl after all those losing years in Chicago. Yes, the Super Bowl is something, but there is the pursuit of greatness that is a bigger driver. Now, I never won, but I do know people that have. Tom Brady, he always talks about recalibrating his brain and everything in pursuit of another one, but it's the pursuit that allows you to be able to stay in your prime and keep your mind fresh. Because guess what? Next year, nothing changes. Nothing changes. You still got the same objectives, man. How do we beat Washington? Man, how do we get the Giants? The boys, do they have a team this year? Like, it doesn't change. And that's why playing at a high level in the National Football League, it's so difficult. It's so difficult. You have to trick yourself because now true potential is everything you've never done, Kay. People think, oh, my potential is this. No, potential is everything you've never touched. So now his potential is not necessarily to win the Super Bowl because they've already won the Super Bowl. His potential is about being consistent. As his body gets older, as he's made more money, can the hunger still stay there? Can he play through injuries? Can he keep the fire burning? Can he get better at his intermediate route running? Can he get better potentially playing in the slot? He's really good off the line of scrimmage. As you get older, how do you adjust to the game of football? So those are the things now. And I love the fact that he's so reflective. He's so in the moment.
Yes.
And he's telling the truth that even after you break NFL records, I think 95, I had 122 catches and 17 touchdowns. I had to trick myself that offseason because we still start training again come March the 1st. It doesn't change. Our start date was always March the 1st. So how you're able to do that And that's the difference between the greatest of the greats. But AJ, he's on to something by recognizing it early. You know
Mm.
something? There's more to it than just that. Being a championship's not about a trophy, man. It's about a mindset. Like, I
Hmm.
didn't win a championship in NFL, but you can't tell me I'm not a damn champion. The Vikings did not win because we just couldn't get it right at the right time. But I did
Yeah.
all the things that a champion would do to be able to do those things. So championship is about a mindset compared to a ring or a destination.
Very interesting, Cris. We were in our morning meeting. You know how those go. Me and Hamilton are like, what's he going to say to, like, I never quite know the education and the church the gospel I'm about to receive from Cris Carter, that I thought it might be an eye roll from you. I don't know if you can hear us still. Do we have Cris? It's a
Okay,
perfect
I
time to
got you.
take a break.
Mhm.
We'll pick up on the other side. Let's take a short break.